Welcome back everyone to Magius Plays Rayman Legends. Last time we finished up Toad's story, and this time we're going to get started with Fiesta De Los Muertos. We are still not quite caught up with where I finished my last recording session, but we're going to get there soon. Well, I should say where I lost the last bit of footage. So, let's just jump in with What the Duck. This level introduces a cute little twist to the gameplay, where you're not playing through as the character you chose. You're playing as a duck. This means there are a few things you could do normally that you can't do here. For example, you aren't quite as good at grabbing ledges, and you can't really... Well, you can punch, but not quite in the... Or you can't charge up your punches. So, the other gimmick of this level, and one of the upcoming levels, is you need to use Murphy to eat through some of the level. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to move along. Now, a lot of the times you need to be careful about where you have Murphy, because there are times where it will send stuff out of the level if you're not careful. Like here. If he eats too much of the section, that falls and you can't get the looms. Shooting the wrong place there. You drop an anvil on your head. I don't know of anyone who wants anvils on their head. And before you say the Looney Tunes, most of them end up with anvils on the head. But they don't generally want it there. Now this one's a bit interesting. And I completely messed it up. Let's let that flow out. There we go. So what happens there is the lava hurts you. You really don't want to touch the lava. With that one, you need to clear a path to the center platform, drop the lava down the left side, then jump up through the right side. It's not terribly difficult, but it can throw you for a loop the first time you try it. And there's a perfect example of why you need to be careful with what Murphy eats. Not because he'll get fat, but because you'll run into stuff you don't want to run into. Because, just like with most games out there, spikes hurt. Sorry about that. Had a dog get a little loud. Let's just start this bit over. So what you need to do is head up, go over the top here, and get the loom there. Or not the loom, the teensy. Preferably without getting yourself into a tight situation. Yeah, more weights to avoid. And there's a bit more interesting timing. But nothing you can't take care of if you're paying attention. I saw that one coming. Chomp. Chomp. Chomp, bite. Or chomp, but save. Wrong button. That's better. Nope, nothing there. Anchors away. Sorry about that again. Same dog is being out again. Anyways, continuing on. Here, don't want to jump up until you get the secret door. Now, this one is another exercise in timing. Lots of lava around here. And it can be tricky to get without ending the run. I'll just choose much there. That go through. It's a little tighter than I would like. Okay, a lot tighter than I would like. But that gets me through. Not quite the best run of that I've had, but I did it. Now we can head on up. And preferably not do that. There we go. Getting this coin can be a little bit on the tricky side, but nothing too difficult. And there we have it. And at this point, you need to move quick. Fast, accurate, and preferably not derping. So, exactly how I'm not doing it right now. And there we go. Rayman's back to Rayman, and we're ready to go on to the next level. Spoiled Rotten. Now this one will introduce us to the shrinking and growing mechanics. There are certain points throughout the level where in order to move on, we need to jump into a trumpet-looking sort of thing, which will either shrink us if we're big, or grow us if we're small. And there are small little passages that will open up for us. It also gives us a little more leeway in terms of our movement, but it also means that we can't actually hurt enemies anymore by jumping on them. Our punches, however, lose none of their strength. We can also run on top of the chains instead of having to slide along them. Which can be very helpful in situations like this, where we need to do so to get to a secret area. Now, the butter that I'm running on is very slick, which means that it's hard to change direction once you're on it, but when you're on it and moving, you're really moving. Now, these knives are very dangerous, especially when you're small, and they just kill you outright, whether you have a heart or not. Now, some of these have stuff at the bottom of them, so you always want to check to be sure you know where everything is. Well, yep. This one's pretty straightforward. You just need to time it correctly. Time it right, you get it. Time it wrong, you don't. Oh, mistimed that one. But right on track to get everything else, so that's a good thing. This one is a bit of an interesting one. Can't just run straight through it, you have to wait for the knives to fall out. Because remember, knives kill ya. Well, not getting that one this time around. Yeah, this one had a coin hidden there. That's the last one. So we are almost done here, folks. Yeah. That's everything for this level. Just need to make it through this grinder. Literally. And we're done. One last level before we're caught back up with what I'd done before. And this one, pretty quick. And personally, I find the quick levels to be rather fun in this game. If nothing else, they showcase just how tightly timed everything in this game is. And how much of a difference skill can make in getting through the levels smoothly. Done properly, you can get all of the looms with minimal button presses. Well, there we have it. Now, next episode, we're back on track with where the original recording was. No more backtracking, no more redoing levels we've already finished. Or I've already finished. And there's going to be a very big difference between the points, or the looms and teensies I have now and the teensies I have next episode. So until then, folks, Magius out.